Lolly-ho, everybody! Dipper is back with another reaction video of why dudes are not approaching women. Honestly, with the way women are acting and treating men, I'm not exactly surprised. And, yeah, you know what? I'm with the men. I'm scared of approaching women, too. No, I'm kidding. But don't fret, there's gonna be some advice somewhere in this video, so enjoy!
There's a really interesting trend at the moment of very attractive women complaining that men are no longer approaching them. And I find this absolutely fascinating. So, when I was a young man, I only plucked up the courage to actually just walk up to a random woman on the street once because she was really attractive and say, hey, would you like to go out? She turned me down, right? Every other time I've got girlfriends or women who have been interested in me, they've basically come to me and sort of signaled to me that they're interested. And so, frankly, I've never been the sort of like, walk up to a girl and just start chatting her up type. But that most of the time women will signal when they are interested in you, and you just...
Wow, he got the looks to have the woman approach him. Lucky dude. Also lucky women too, they didn't get rejected. Hey, girl failure here. I've tried approaching men, I got rejected. Womp womp.
If you're interested back, you can pick it up and go from there. But I think that there is at least a certain kind of woman who enjoys the attention, right? Who likes to know that actually she is an attractive woman and she's flattered by men making the effort and, well, as this woman says, catcalling her. Let's listen.
That's pure ego. Pure freaking ego. It's not like she actually wants a guy. She just wants the flattery of being, like, known that she's a beauty.
Tell me why every day I go out looking adorable, tits bouncing, skin glistening.
They are bouncing!
And yet nobody ever hits on me or approaches me. Ever! Oh my god, like please. I'll take a construction worker catcall at this point.
Wow.
So,
before he even says anything, I 100% blame social media.
now there are many people who are saying, well, and this is another video of the woman in the orange dress here. Again, very attractive women and men are just not approaching them. And they're becoming frustrated.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The reason why the men are not approaching. Sorry. I'm just going to give the answers. Sorry. Mainly, it's just pure embarrassment. Pure and utter destructive embarrassment by the women. So that has been a very, very, very big problem. A very huge problem. And literally destroying, like, the little confidence that men were able to pluck her up to put themselves in that situation publicly. That's why there's, like, a higher preference for online dating, because at least if any one person wants to reject you, it's not really publicly known. Normally, if someone did approach me and I just wasn't, like I know right off the bat, like, I'm not gonna be their type, I would, like, calmly reject them and just be like, thank you so much. I'm very flattered, but I'm sorry. I would have to decline. But seeing how, like, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, and, like, Instagram and Twitter or X or whatever it's called, anything else that women can get their hands off to record themselves, to have, like, this little, like, important feel of empowerment or whatever, to have, like, a little, like, spotlight on them, to embarrass men by recording them and, shooting them down. So now it's, like, publicly embarrassing online. So that's a scary thought. Those nasty women, I hate them. If you can at all avoid them so they don't, procreate, it's a win.
And as Con here points out, many women, not all of them, spent the majority of the 2010s bitching about rape culture and misogyny and catcalling and Me Too, and now mad that young men aren't comfortable approaching them.
I hate when things start trending for women. I absolutely abhor it. Because the women, they just take it too far, and they just do it for attention. It's like, oh, it's a trend, so I better do it too, and even, like, lie or make up crap about it so I can fit in. Toxic trend mentality is the worst.
you create the problem. I don't think it's just young men, although I think the age thing is an interesting question. Because, I mean, this woman looks like she's in her early 20s, and, well, do men in their early 20s actually spend a lot of time dating anyway? It seems that a lot of Gen Z are quite shy, introverted, not great at approaching one another, and, I mean, not entirely their fault, probably a lot due to social media and the internet.
Yes!
They've got phones, so they don't have to actually go up and personally involve themselves. And they seem to have been losing the customs on how to show someone that they're interested that isn't embarrassing or humiliating in some way, and that protects the dignity of both people involved. And I don't blame them. I mean, these are things that I think generally haven't been well passed down. I remember my dad telling me you've just got to go and ask. And the worst she can say is no. I mean, that's not true. The worst she can do is laugh at you. But that hasn't happened to me.
No, it can get worse than that.
I can imagine that happens, and it's absolutely harrowing. But at the end of the day, as a man, it's tough, and you will get over it. It's not the end of the world. But the times that
Depends on how high or low your tolerance is. I've already reached my low point of tolerance where I'm just done. I've hung up the jacket. I will keep VTubing until I die. So, guys, don't be like me. And as much as I would love to give you tips and tricks on how you can find a girl, why not instead get it from a professional? Hey, listen, this ADHD VTuber has been staring at the screen for like 5 days because she's bad at writing, so I'm going to cut to the chase. Check out Wingirl Method if interested in learning how to approach and talk to women without feeling like a creep. Women are complaining about not getting attention from men these days, so this feels like the green light to try again, right? This is a legit question, because even I don't know what women want, and I'm a woman last time I checked. I've checked the F Formula program myself, and it gives off an organized school online class vibe, which saves you the trouble searching through Reddit's, 4chan, Twitter, or whatever site you use to get information on the female brain. It's already done.
And I sat next to these two girls, and I got their, social media after hanging out with them the entire event, and it worked like a charm.
Since I started your program, I can honestly say this is better than all of the therapy that I've had in my entire life. The stuff that I've learned here, I wish my father would have taught me, or my mother would have taught me.
The advice they give really isn't too different from what I would say normally. It's just this program, as I mentioned earlier, is organized like a teacher would for students on a subject they're trying to learn. And because the Wingirl Method is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers an unbeatable deal. Just click the first link in the description now and grab your exclusive preview of the F Formula completely free. Plus, if you decide to pick up the full program, you'll get an extra 50% off. Now back to how women are crashing out over men not noticing them.
But at the end of the day, as a man, it's tough, and you will get over it. It's not the end of the world. But the times that it does work, then when you think, okay, that woman actually seemed to quite like me, and I'm going to go up and ask her out, it's actually really gratifying, and you feel like you've accomplished something. I said I hadn't done once, but now I'm thinking about it. I have actually done it a few more times than that. It was only once that I walked past this woman, and I was just like, wow, she's really attractive. And I was single at the time, and walked up to her. But other times where it's, like, I had a date with a girl who sold internet. She was, one of the women on the street, people on the street who were trying to sell broadband, whatever, like 15, 20 years ago. I can't remember how long now. And I didn't want it, but I ended up getting it because she was really cute. And I asked her on a date, and she was like, yeah, okay, great. It didn't go anywhere, but it was no big deal. But I ended up with that broadband for a goddamn year. But the point is, when you do it and it goes quite well, then okay, great, But anyway, that's not the point I'm making. The point
basically what you're trying to share is that you did not experience a traumatic, embarrassing rejection.
Making is there's definitely an atmosphere that was created by the feminism of the 2010s, and this, I think, genuinely has had effects. I mean, you know, Me Too, the hysteria about catcalling and misogyny and culture and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you can say thanks to Anita Sarkeesian, who herself probably been catcalled 1 or 2 times. She's not hideous, but you know, who had to marry herself incidentally. And now these women are feeling the effects of it. That's definitely an issue. And there are lots of women all over the place. It's not just like the odd TikTok video. Like this one here. I'm wondering if guys still approach women they don't know but are attracted to, or this basically never happens anymore. I, as a woman, don't get approached while walking the street, in the grocery store, etc. Men seem to like me at work and on dating apps, but the approach thing from strangers just doesn't happen. And what's really funny is they're looking, going through this and being like, you know, oh, maybe we need to have some sort of social signal, like dropping a handkerchief to see if the guy's interested. And there was someone in this thread, I was reading through it before I started recording this, they're like, yeah, but what if the guy doesn't pick it up? That'd be devastating. And
See, the easiest pickup, wear a button shirt. If you're able to. Some big-breasted girls can't, so my condolences. Yeah, if you got like a button-up shirt and you're trying to get a guy's attention, just, you know, like, undo one button and let the girls be a little bit more visible. The boobas are attractive to men, much like the women are attracted to man muscle. Hot.
absolutely devastating. I don't know, I can't find the thing, but okay, yeah, it would, but at least it wouldn't be like obvious. At least you could play it off as if, oh, I just dropped that. I didn't mean to drop it. I wasn't trying to signal. But anyway, so yeah, you've got like other videos of women who are just trying to think of ways to get guys to approach them, because again, like, I think for a lot of women, it's not necessarily that they are, you know, actually they want loads of guys to like be hitting on them. But what I think it is just for them to feel secure about themselves, and also gives them something interesting to say about the night. Like, it gives them a social status over other women.
There was never really like this guidance. At least I feel like there's never really like this guidance of how to approach men or women, or at least in my experience, like how not to scare the other gender away, or same, or whatever. Because back in the day, you'll be networking with people who are just like, oh my god, your daughter is single? I have to have your daughter meet my son. He's single too, and he like has a full-time job. He just came back from the army, and he's, you know, and the two parents will be kind of like helping their babies get together so they have babies later on. Feel like that kind of like verbal networking kind of died out. So we're definitely dealing with a new age of how do you meet people? Where do you meet people if it's not online app, which is literally the new go-to for a quick night. And then never see each other again.
These two are talking about instantly. It gives them sort of like, it's a story, right? That they can tell their friends and say, oh, yeah, this guy approached me, oh my god, he was this, he was that, whatever. But also it reassures them, oh, right, no, I am still actually attractive. Because a couple of years ago, I remember doing a video about women when they get older and they start to feel invisible. And it's because, like, when you're a young and attractive woman, you at least know that men notice you. And I think that for a lot of attractive...
Well, yeah, men will definitely notice younger women because younger women can provide bebés. If the men wants bebés, it's younger women. I'm definitely gonna get hated on to say like older women are not as valuable.
Young women, they feel important. They feel, oh right, no, I have a place in society, and these guys are looking at me, they're checking me out. Even if they're not approaching me, I'm on their radar, right? They understand that I am a thing that matters in the grand scheme of male-female relationships. And so in society itself, I'm sort of put on the map. But what these women are really complaining about is, I think, that they feel that they aren't on the map anymore. And this is the same thing that the older women were complaining about. When women get to like their 40s and 50s, and men are no longer just checking them out. You know, they no longer catch men just having a sideward glance, you know, admiringly. Which, again, the feminists have done a superb job of stigmatizing this. But actually, I think for a lot of women, and just a tangent on this, think about the kind of women who are feminists. Very rarely the attractive ones, right? Very rarely the ones who are getting catcalled. So in a way, feminism was kind of like a negative mating strategy, and they've ruined it for the decent-looking women. And you can thank your sisters on that one. They were fighting for your rights, not to feel flattered when you're walking around at night in your best clothes, looking as gorgeous as you can.
Stupid.
Like,
so stupid.
Your sisters have done this for you.
They're so salty and stupid. They literally wanted to basically, like, remove the ladder for any woman. It's honestly pretty It's like, if I can't climb this, neither can you.
But I think they're entering the same status as women who grow older. And so, you know, when women get to, like, their 50s and men are no longer, like, they're no longer a presence on the radar. They're no longer, oh, maybe she's maybe she'd be interested or something like that. That no longer happens because men just aren't thinking, okay, I want a 50-year-old woman. I'm going to pick up a 50-year-old woman. So it's one of those things that the older invisible women who didn't get married and don't have kids and don't have families, this is one of the things that, by the way, ladies, you're going to want to get married and have kids so you don't turn into one of these invisible women. It will happen to you too, because this is the nature of what the manosphere uncharitably but fairly calls the wall. When you reach the menopause, frankly, you stop being a viable mate in evolutionary terms, and then that just means that men just don't generally tend to check you out.
There you go. It's biology.
And younger women, it seems, are actually encountering this firsthand, and so they're strategizing, well, what can we actually do to not be invisible? Because, you know, we're still potential mates. What can be done? I mean, this is a fascinating video. This is absolutely fascinating. Let's watch this.
The dating scene is getting so bad.
What can you do? You either become a big-time Victoria's Secret model-looking woman, have lots of money, so then the guy doesn't feel like he's a wallet. Like, you gotta make yourself more of a prize that has more value. You can't just be pretty anymore. Well, actually, yeah, you can be a trophy wife if the guy makes enough money and he can support you and him at the same time. But in today's society, we are now living in a dual income salary where it's hard to basically survive on your own salary, depending on what you do. Now, if you have a family, don't get me started. It's honestly like trying to... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. And honestly, I feel like what's another contributing factor making things miserable for everybody to want to have a family is money concerns. Cause honestly, it is kind of tragic to see like both parents off working full time, and kids don't really get that much time with their parents except for late at night, but they're already getting ready to go to bed. Or even when they're like their babies, it's mainly like either a babysitter, like a nanny, or grandma's taking care of them. I'm gonna sound like such a trad wife. That's wow. But honestly, I feel like it's very, very crucial for one of the parents, it could be the dad or the mama, to stay at home when you have a baby, because they grow up fast, man. They grow up so fast. It's like, oh, day and night. It's so fast from baby to toddler that they're gonna have this emotional connection with you that's gonna stick with them for life. It's like, to me, it's like a window of opportunity to connect with your child. And once that window's closed, it's not gonna be quite the same. You can still have a connection with them, but I don't know. Why am I saying that? I was more involved in like my first nephew, because I was like basically living with my sister for a little bit, so I was like constantly there, like babysitting, cooking, bathing, reading, playing, like everything. So my sister can go and work or, you know, have time to sleep. And oh, he's super fond of me. He's so much more fond of me than the second child that my sister had. At that time, my sister like rearranged some stuff, and then I also got like a full-time job, so I couldn't, you know, stay there anymore. And yeah, it's just a different connection. I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but yeah, I blame the feminist activists and I blame the government. Let us survive on a single salary again, please.
In New York City that I am seeing on TikTok, there are girls going into Midtown during the week and stealing Finance Bros salads for lunch. And then
How are girls able to do the makeup and the hair while doing this? Like, I feel like I have to focus on one thing. If I start yapping, I'm gonna either burn my skin with the metal or poke my eye with the eyeliner. Like, I don't know how they do this. That's some crazy multitasking skills right there.
and looking their name up from the salad order on LinkedIn and then messaging them through there and being like, hey, oh my god, so sorry, I grabbed your salad, like, let me just make it up to you and buy you a new one. And that's how they're like sliding it, which honestly, smart. Why are we stealing men's salads? Like, that's, why can't they just come up to us at a bar? Like, why is it getting to this point? Men, just please step up or your salad's gonna get taken. Your lunch is gonna get taken every week. Like, I'm seeing girls get so creative these days. Like, they're making bracelets with their phone numbers on them and giving them to you guys at the bars. They are taking pictures of you sneakily and then being like, hey, oh my god, making it their phone screen and being like, hey, can you take a picture of me and my friends so you can see that your picture is their home screen.
Subtlety is never gonna work with men. I feel like the American dating culture is probably gonna lean more to like Japanese. The men in Japan, from what I heard, are more shy and they don't tend to approach women. It's usually the woman who is approaching and making that connection with the guy so then they can become a couple. I think things are leading in that direction, honestly.
All just different ways to try to talk to you guys because you guys don't come up to us in New York City and it's crazy.
Okay, some of that was weird.
Yeah.
So I talked to a woman and she had my picture as her phone screen. I'm like, what the hell's happening, man? Is this like some sort of weird, creepy Truman Show thing?
It's very creepy. It's super creepy. If a guy did that, that's gonna like set the bells off for the woman and be like, oh my god, he's gonna stalk me. Oh my god, the women are being the creeps now. That's the table flipped 180. This is crazy. The men are the prize now. The women have to basically claw at each other to find the men that they wanna like be with. And you know what? It always felt like that for me anyways. This isn't anything new. It's just becoming more publicly known.
But there we go. I mean, that is clever and creative. Oh, I took your salad by accident, you know, blah, blah, blah. But this is what I mean. Like, women will signal that they're interested, but I guess if they're not getting approached at all, well, this is actually becoming a problem for them, isn't it? Again, there are loads of videos of very attractive women who are just like, why can't I get a man? And one can't help but feel that it might be a sort of confluence. I think technology definitely has a role to play in this, and the kind of unwinding of society and the shared social customs and traditions that instructed men and women on how exactly to actually meet one another. I think that is...
Well, not only just like how to meet one another, but because women basically can't make up their damn mind on how they want to be treated by a man. You know, I myself included. I'm as guilty. Even I'm confused about it. There's this whole, like, I want to be a strong, independent woman, but please hold my door. It's like, do you want to be independent or not? Do you want your man to be taking care of you or not? There needs to be a little give. So, like, I understand how it can be confusing for men. Like, it wasn't, like, just hard back in the day, because I'm gonna say it, men had more leverage to getting a woman because women were basically in a position to need men to take care of them. But now in today, women can basically get a job and take care of themselves, so having a man is more of an option. So now they're like more picky about who they're going to have as their boyfriend or husband.
Genuinely a thing that's happened, although obviously can't quantify it in any way. But I also do think it's the feminism. I do think that like a lot of men feel like they were essentially kind of beaten out of ever approaching women, and they're like, Jesus Christ, I don't want to come across as like some insane creep or anything. But Lisa Britton here makes a good point. There's a trend of women asking, well, what's wrong with men? Maybe they're asking the wrong question, and someone replies, well, they should hang out in the forest. I'm sure the bears would approach them. Well, touche. But this is something that a lot of men are worried about. They worry about coming off as creepy. And so it's like, well, there's the whole problem with feminism is that, I mean,
You won't be written off as creepy if you do say, hey, we seem to get along a lot. Would you be interested in yapping more? Don't quote me. Like, later. And, you know, that's when you exchange in whatever way to keep in contact with each other. And if not, then, yeah, girl says, no, sorry. It's not creepy. It's not creepy at all. And, you know, if they say no, you know, you just, you know, say, okay, well, thank you so much. I enjoyed talking with you. I hope you have a lovely day. And, you know, you just exit, you leave. But when you start like pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, so as long as you don't keep pushing, after there's been like 1 no, 2 no's, 3 no's, then that's when it'll get creepy. If you don't do that, then you're not gonna be creepy. So I feel like this fear of being seen as a creep is evolving to this anxiety monster where you're thinking the worst of a situation before it even happened. The dread. It's kind of like, I don't see the point of me applying for this job. I'm not gonna get hired. It's just like, oh, try anyways. Maybe you will get hired. So it's basically quitting before you even giving yourself a chance if you'll get accepted or not. This is only for the people who like are fearful of being called a creep. Different story though if it's just like, I'm just tired, boss. I've got rejected way too many times. That you're out of gas. That's a whole different thing. But yeah, if any woman calls you out for being creepy, when you were literally being normal and be like, hey, blah blah blah, what we said earlier, and you do like, you know, be on your way after she like, you know, says no thank you, but she calls you creepy in the end, she's a big fat bitch. That's not on you.
There are lots of problems with feminism, but one of the main issues with feminism and why most women are not feminists, right? I remember back in like 2014 or whatever, the feminists were like, 80% of women agree with gender equality, and yet only like 10% of women call themselves feminists. Why? And it's because feminism contains within it a dark animus against men as men. They hate men, and they actually seek to destroy men. They seek to unseat them from their positions of power and authority because they're men, not because they've done anything wrong. They just are resentful and spiteful against men. And if these women were allowed to control the discourse for a decade, which they were, well, unsurprisingly, that does have consequences. That does have a knock-on effect that people go, oh, right, okay. If for some reason this is representative of women, and we all agree that the feminists represent women, well then things change to, you know, you get a natural and reasonable reaction to what is being broadcast. And so men are like, right, okay, I'm not allowed to approach women anymore. I don't want to come off as some guy out of Mad Men or something, some dinosaur. And so a lot of men just won't. Even if they see an attractive girl and they think, oh God, I wish I could. Apparently a lot of them don't. And now the women are beginning to notice this.
The thing that he's not pointing out, I notice, is that I don't think he understands also that the way things were back for him, the message was women basically marry, they have baby, they become mama, while the husband, daddy guy becomes the breadwinner. And, you know, that usually was the case where he goes out, provides, and keeps the roof over his family's head. It's hard. It's really hard. I blame the government because everyone is super stressed out with the money. So if we didn't have such a stressful money situation, I think people will be less depressed and cranky. I read once when you put a bunch of mice in a stressful situation, they are less likely to reproduce. So we are now the stressed mice. We're not reproducing. Too stressed.
And a lot of men just have never approached a woman in person. And 70% of men say the number one reasons they don't approach women is fear of rejection. So this is another thing. And this is something that when I was young, women actually, how to say it? There was less need for performative cruelty, right? Because when I was young, there was no social media. You weren't going to record this, put it up. You weren't going to share it online and get loads of upvotes, likes or whatever. There was no, a girl would tell 3 or 4 of her friends, her close circle of friends, and they'd titter and whatever when you walk by. But there was nothing really in being performatively sort of belligerent when rejecting someone. And so, honestly, and I know I'm going to sound like old man here, but when I was younger, I mean, there were plenty of girls that I thought liked me, that I asked out, and that didn't like me. And they were quite kind when they said, "Oh no, no, thank you." Right? I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. And that's rough, but it's not devastating. And within the next day, you just get over it and you carry on with your life. It's just the way that things go. Sometimes you roll the dice with someone that you either know or work with or whatever, and sometimes you don't get what you want. But I think that now there's a kind of hard edge to it, and I genuinely think it comes from feminism. I genuinely think it comes from a culture of thinking that men are basically oppressive and kind of hateful, frankly.
American women have definitely beaten down men spiritually. They really, really have. Because the only time now do I ever get approached by men is when I go on vacation. So many guys are ready to chat and approach me. And it doesn't even have to be for dating reasons, just to have a good time and chat and socialize. They're so different outside of America. So, yeah, we got a real big problem.
And it's a culture that genuinely stigmatized men, and I can definitely see that as a younger man now, I would definitely say it's scarier as a younger man now to approach a woman. I could see why. I think this is more of an American thing. I get the feeling that in Britain it's probably still not that bad. Although I have to say,
dude,
I'm just judging from the young men I know in this age bracket that I know, because of course I never approach women. I don't go anywhere. Or do
you
anything, with women at all. But but I can see why younger men now would feel like it's more worrisome than it was when I was young. But maybe I'm overreacting. Honestly, I want to open this up to you guys in the comments.
No, you're right.
Because honestly, I don't know. And but there's got to be something to it.
No, you're right. You're right. There is constant feed being pushed out about how much men are horrible, and then so much feed about entitled, bratty, spoiled women. Social media has a way in controlling people emotionally, which is terrifying. So, parents, if you're listening, please keep your kids off any kind of social media until their brain is a little bit more mature. Cause it's bad, man. It's bad.
Right? There's got to be something here, because it is weird that you get very beautiful women going, well, where the hell are the men? And the men going, well, look, we're a bit too afraid to approach you. There has to have been some reason for it, and it honestly probably is feminism.
Alright guys, if you enjoyed that video, go check out my dude, Akkad Daily. I hope I'm saying his name right. Sorry, my man. He has the English accent, so it's always gonna be pleasant to the ear. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say that. I made a man uncomfortable when I said that before. He has an excellent accent that is nice to listen to. There you go. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe.